Alright, welcome back to the grand finale of GT7 Season 21 in FTRL. We are here for Spa, the grand finale event at Spa. Now, just to preface
We're
this,
gonna fucking try our best.
we have four drivers from the four teams. They got the 16 in total. So we got the GT1 and GT2 boys from the four teams. The four teams are
Mike.
Rebellion, Halfords, which is our team, BWT, which you see a nice one in front of us here, and the Bronze, who were the best team in the first 9 weeks of the season. So this is a tricky one. 20-minute qualifying. GT1 drivers are on mediums. GT2 drivers are on softs. So immediately, if you've got a good GT2 lineup, like the Rebellion boys have, you're looking pretty good on the softs. This was my final lap in qualifying. It was a really rough session. Like a 2:19.1 was the best I could do up to this point. It was really difficult. So you can see we're in the last place. Did pull a lap out of my ass at the end here, but I had gone a little bit quicker. 18.5s, I honestly think is not bad on mediums. I know it was only good enough for P14, but genuinely speaking, like this with the some of the drivers we got here, and obviously the GT2 guys on softs, and how much that's worth in a lap, it is it is a big difference. But here's the upshot: of it is the team who scores the most points at this race wins the grand finale. So that's where we're at with that. Our leading car is going to be Simon, aka FTRL Blue Flag. So the rest, look, we'll do what we can. We had a strategy coming into this race, and you'll see it. You'll see how we get on. 27 laps, so it's going to be a long one, and away we go. Look, and the whole plan was to two-stop versus the three-stop. That's what this was about, because you're saving about 30-something seconds compared to a three-stop. Aaron's pushed out wide there, and he wasn't too pleased about it. So yeah, so my thought was, look, we'll see how it takes a lot to fuel save. Will everyone do that? Maybe not. So I was hoping that we wouldn't see too many two-stoppers, and we'd be able to make some surprising time back up at the end when others have to three-stop and we keep track position. So that's where we're at. So this is where we're in fuel mixtures 2 and using high gears and such. Like you have to commit to this from lap 1. So it is a commitment, and it's tight here at the start, but you hope that things filter out and you get to run your own race and run your own pace, and you can't filter in. Aaron's behind here, so we're going to go wide and let him through because he's on a 3-stop. Myself and Mikey were going to do the 2, and then Simon and Aaron were going to do the 3s. That's how we worked it out. So yeah, the car we're in is also the Hyundai Genesis. Not the greatest car in the world, I'll be honest, but it's the car we have, so we just have to get on with it. We need to make this first stint last 9 laps and do 3 9-lap stints, and that's how we're going to try and do it. So it can be done. You do need to run your own race to an extent. So people coming through here, like the likes of Pine and Aaron and all that, we can live with, but we can't drop too far away. So the pace has to be somewhat managed here as well, in addition to trying to keep the fuel and the tire wear is not an issue here with these in this format. So yeah, there we go. I think that's all the basic things out of the way. We're running a golden Halfords livery, which irked a few people. Anyways, my worry was more so getting pent up behind some of the GT2 guys, and Biggles here has a bit of a slow entry into this corner, so we stick the car in. And yes, squabbling is not something on my agenda, and that was just being caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. One of the stories of my season at this stage, to be fair, being caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, or arguably the right place at the wrong time. Anyway, that allows Derek through though, and you can see there are clouds looming overhead. Their weather is on custom, so it can rain here, and so it could. However, based on what we've seen so far, it hadn't got to that point. These clouds do clear up, is what qualifying showed us, and here we are. Lap 4, we're going to get by Biggles then into P15. So yeah, we were running last. So again, it's very tight. It is very tight. So, and there'll be people squabbling ahead as well. So we will kind of, see lap 5, we kind of caught back up a little bit here. Big snap from Mikey there heading up Eau Rouge and Radion. So we're going to get through.
Fucking behind you, mate.
Yeah, so like we had the fuel right here.
Yeah.
On lap 5, we had to get to lap 9. What happened here?
Really.
Oh, it was a couple of actually two incidents that happened in front. They're completely unrelated and separate. It was Marley and Bread went off. They were two different accidents. So yeah, that was unfortunate for them. But this is the thing. Like other people making mistakes, things are happening. We're moving through the field. We're in a good spot with the strategy we're on, I think. However, I got trapped behind Derek, and
Doesn't make sense though.
you can see we've got 2.9 laps of fuel. We got about 2.5 laps. Oh, there goes Zach, FTRL switchback. So
Another yellow flag.
again, we're making up places, and we're okay on fuel for now. We're basically there. However, getting stuck behind Derek here, I was just outside of the second or the half-second range, so he unghosts before I get to him. But
Slow each other down anyway,
yeah,
into that
swoop
battle.
around the outside. Can we make this move? We sweep in, make that ours. Yeah. So we've kind of the fuel's kind of gone away a bit. We're only on. Yeah. See, I was stuck behind Derek, and I ended up hitting the rev limiter one of the laps. I actually cut it out, but in trying to overtake some of the GT2 guys, I burned through my fuel, and I'm in now a lap too early. So now I'm in a really bad spot where now I need to get 10 laps out of this next stint to try and get back to the stint that we're on. So that's tough. That's like because we already had to fuel save to get to 9 laps, get to 10. That's going to be very difficult. So this next stint is going to be is very, very painful. So just a little bit of lapse in concentration, and you can. It's amazing how much that affects the rest of your race, because this middle stint now was almost a write off, and now we've got we got the likes of Zach and Derek and such behind who are going to be cycling through. And we've got to manage so much. So it's a lot of short shifting, a lot of fuel mixtures 2 and 3, and we ended up when we got in a short we're going to sit and duck on the straight, and I'm not even going to fight this because I need to save the fuel. So again, this was doable without it being too much of a convenience, and yeah, but now it's a rough one. Anyways, now lap number 10. And we got Marley and the such behind. Yes, our squeaky brake returns. So again, I'm not wanting to lose a lot of time or fight this really, because I'm just trying to save fuel, and I have to do that. And it was tough, man. It was I knew how much I'd screw myself over in this middle stint by letting that first stint get away from me. So it was a quite an annoying one. I see Derek then going to make a move as well. I'm struggling a little bit now as well for just to keep my head in it, because I know my stint is in a really bad place. So we're constantly kind of giving each other feedback on top of who's where and all this kind of thing, because the points are all reset for this. It's just whoever wins this wins the championship essentially. So again, see how early we're shifting into 6th gear here. We're losing a lot of time, and it just needs to happen. Like we have to get to lap 19 or lap 18 rather to get this done, and we're getting there, but it's painful. It's pain. It's an awful lot of pain. This was also quite a bit of pain. Getting onto the AstroTurf on the outside, that's all it takes, man. I was hoping the car wouldn't go away from me, but it got away, and this was a rough one. Just so kind of bad goes to worse then for the race there. And now we're back in last. So, but again, these things will, this will cycle out on the 2 versus 3 stop. It will eventually come back. We're in P11 now because other people have pitched, but Tom and the such will quickly go past. Tom was holding the field up nicely earlier. It was actually absolutely hilarious. Looking so I was chatting to him afterwards and looking at the stream back, we were watching it, and it was pretty funny. Lap 18 though, you can see the clouds have gotten quite dark. Didn't know if weather was on the way or not, but we have to pit. We managed to get to our 10 laps. So rough old stint. We lost a lot of time. It was very, very tough. But now we can go back to normal, so to speak. So now, yeah, that's that was a tough stint, man. That was a really tough one. But now we're back on level pegging, so to speak. We've got time to make up. Yeah, it's going to be difficult, but, we'll do what we can. And we should have a chance to get some of the 3-stoppers later on in the race. So this race will come to us. Look at the gap there. A lot of people in there have to pit still. Some don't, but others have to pit still. So we're in a good shape here. We're in a very nice little space where we could make up a lot of positions towards the end of this race. We have 24, 25, or 23 or so, 24, depending on when people pit. However, the weather did indeed come, and this was awful timing, horrific time, because it's hit us very early in the lap here, and because of how long Belgium is, it just takes so long to cycle around. And if the rain comes quickly, then you're in a really bad place where the tires are the track's undrivable. There's a lot of distance to go, and this weather is coming down pretty hard. So yeah, that's not great. And yeah, you can see how quickly the gauge is filling up on the left hand side. So it's not looking great. It looks like we're going to have to make a switch to inters at some point. And at this point in the track is where I got pretty bad. Running wide here, Pouan being very careful not to light up the car. I need to learn better how to negotiate these in laps, because I'm on full throttle here, and like, I'm asking for trouble here really, but we go very deep here at is this Fangio? Actually, I don't know what this corner is, but now we're now in a bad way. We've been off the track a few times. Look at the weather sweep in. It's very bad. I got a penalty for this as well. Trying to move out of the way to not hit Mikey, and then ends up spinning. He ended up spinning. Chum's completely whacked into Aaron coming into the pit lane, and this is tough because people now can come in and make their third stop and fill up and go to the end of the race. We've just done that, and now we have to make an extra stop as well. So this killed a lot of people on the 2-stop, myself and Mikey included. Others pivoted from a 2 to a 3 during the race, like Chubbs, and I think some of the Rebellion boys as well also were going for a 2, and then that ended up changing. But this killed us. It was a really rough one. It was worked out very nicely for Simon and for Aaron. They ended up in good spot, like they were able to make the change pretty nicely. However, this was a really bad time for those who have made their stops. So yeah, a difficult one. We have like in a sense, like the fuel saving, the bad call for the second stint. All of it went out the window, really. Once this point hit, it was all completely redundant, because this was what defined the race, really, down the pack for a lot of it. Was the choices that were made before this lap, when the rain hit, where you were when the rain hit, and that was it. Like this is where the race was won or lost for some of these guys in midfield here. If you were Tom, it was worse because he didn't even have the intermediates or wets purchased. So he had to try and go through on dries. I don't know how he managed to do so, but yeah, he managed to somehow stay out on the track on dry tires. I have no idea how he managed it, but that's just the kind of driver he is. Brad would try to go out on softs on softs, and that didn't work either. So look, even if you're on the inters for 1 or 2 laps, they're the only choice to make in these conditions. That's unfortunate. That's just the way it goes. But anyways, difficult one. We will make some places up on guys who were on, Zach in front is on dries, but the likes of Marley went for full wets, and they're a bit up the road. So yeah, difficult one. The race was looking like it would come to me and Mikey quite nicely, but yeah, it very much just got away from this point. And kind of where we are now is likely to be where we're going to finish, because the gap is now spread. Everyone's made their last mandatory stop for fuel. The only fuel that the only stop rather to happen now is the one that goes back to dries. I'm sure everyone has to do that. So we've had to make 2 extra stops as a result, and that's difficult, man. That was tough. The race was already having struggling with the fuel in stint 2 and the spin I had, but this was a tough one, and now we're coming in now to put on the dry tires, and 31 seconds of Derek, and like that's and Marley, and that's tough, man. Like it was just there's something that just defines my season at the end of the season. Like it's just like what can you do? Like you can't even be mad. Like it's just like, what are you supposed to do about it? You can't control when the rain hits. Like we had made our second stop, difficult, but like there's nothing you can do about it. Like it's just I'm at peace really for what happened with this race. It just there's nothing that could be done. Simon won the race, so Halford's got a win. Aaron finished 4th, But myself and Mikey really got screwed.
Short on drama, I'll tell you that.
And such was the race, how badly it went. 3 of the 4 BWT cars had time to get into a formation and cross the lines of 5 miles an hour. And I found that out afterwards, and I was absolutely fuming, gutted. I might include some of that audio when I actually found out. I was in the party with Tom and the such, and their voices weren't shared, but my voice certainly is, and very upset. So I might drop that in here. But
Are you fucking serious? No. Twats. What the fuck? Fuck me. Oh, I'm so upset by that. I didn't know that happened. Oh, God, end me. Fuck off. Fuck off. Tom, we're teammates next season, man. I don't... Fuck's sake. Oh. Oh, God. Oh. No, I'm seriously not okay. Oh, God. No, I don't forget. I don't think I'll ever live that down, man. That will always haunt me. That's all I'm gonna see tonight in my dreams is just 3 fucking BWT guys rolling down a street chasing me. They started before Blanchimont. I'm actually disgusted. And I can rev it out because I have the fuel. I don't know if I did, but like one of the few times I could go full revs. Where am I? Oh, sickened. Look, I mean, fair play, guys. Formation finished for 10th, 11th, and 12th. I mean, you beat me, fair enough, but jeez. Oh, gross. Get off my screen.
Uploading a few people.
Anyways, yeah, that was tough. Difficult race. A tough one to swallow, but nothing I could really do at the end of it. Aaron and Simon did a great job with it. Myself and Mikey got really unlucky. Rebellion ended up winning the thing in the end. Chubbs lost the lead on the last lap. He was on Inters. Simon ended up on softs at the end. He ended up getting the lead on the last lap. So there you go then. We finished second overall, which wasn't too bad given how the season went at times and where we were. And it was a struggle to even to get to the grand finale. And we got in, finishing third in the end. And we had a good race. I thought at Spa, just luck wasn't on our side for half the garage. And that's racing, isn't it? Like, that's just how it goes. Sometimes luck can be with you and sometimes can be against you. I feel like for me, it was against me for a lot of the season, both self-inflicted and otherwise. But anyway, that's going to do it that's it then for GT1 season 21. Next up will be a brand new season kicking off next week or so. New season, new regs, new, not just things new. Some things won't be changing, but other things will be. So yeah, excited for a new season. Hoping it will be a little bit more kind to me than this one was, because this was a tough one at times, and it was a brutal learning curve. After it's kind of brought me down a peg or two, hasn't it? After the season 20 with the Aston, if that was elevated my confidence, then this season certainly levels that for the most part. But yeah, hopefully we can rebuild some of that next season. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and until next time.